Now, what I have in my hand is probably one of the most common bought items among streamers when they first start off, when they're trying to get a webcam for their streams. And most people actually stick with this little guy, and some people have like 15 of them mounted around their setup. But no, this is definitely the most common bot, and this is the Logitech C920. And I'm going to teach y'all how to turn this camera from looking like this when you first start off to looking like a little something like this. Yeah, before we get into this video, let's go ahead and get the Harry Seller vibes started right now. There we go. So the camera I'm using right now, so you don't get mistaken, is my mirrorless camera that I use on streams during my idle screen. This is the M50 Canon that has a nice little optical zoom on it, but just out of focus my camera. But yeah, no, this is the camera I use during my idle screens during my stream, which by the way, y'all should go check out over at twitch.tv/xjamtasticx. We play a variety of games, but besides that, let's go ahead and start fine-tuning this little guy so you can get the best image that you can out of it. So let's hop into our OBS. Alright, so now that we jumped into our OBS, it doesn't matter if you're using Stream Elements, if you're using Streamlabs, they both have basically the same layout, and so initially at this point, it's just mimicking what I do. Alright, so to go into it, there's not a lot you have to do. There's so little tinkering things that we can do to our camera to bring the best quality we can out of it and getting the most that we can out of this small little camera. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down into our sources and we're going to click on our camera that we're using. So we just double click it, bam, it brings up this screen right here. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is gonna have to change our resolution. Right now, the resolution is at 1280 by 720. That's what this box is, that's what it's projecting out to you right now. So we just go to custom. Mine's already preset to 920 by 1080 whenever I go to customs. But if you don't have it like I do, it's gonna show a blank screen. Now I won't be able to show it, but it's going to show a blank screen. All you got to do is click on the resolution little arrow down here, and it's going to pop up this menu. You just want to click on 920 by 1080. You are at the max setting you can go to. This is 1920 by 1080. Now to go into a little further detail, these cameras are FPS is at the max as it can be at 30 frames per second. You can click on the highest FPS. It will try to push the highest FPS that it can, but the highest it can go to is 30 FPS. That's what these cameras are designed for, 1080p at 30 FPS. All we have to do from here is click on configured video. Now it's gonna pop up this little window right here. I'm gonna put it over my face, right? It's gonna pop, not really. So it pops up this window right here, right here, right? And from here, what we wanna do is we wanna mess with 3 different settings right here. Everything else is irrelevant to what we're trying to do, but these 3 settings. It's gonna be your sharpness, your white balance, and your focus. So right off the bat, one thing that will immediately bring out, and I'm gonna turn it up all the way. The one thing that will bring up all the detail you're looking for to have a really nice crisp image is your sharpness. Now I'm gonna show you what happens when I turn this all the way up. Already you can tell there's a huge difference, You can see a lot of the wrinkles in my forehead. You can see that my acne is a lot better. All the hair, like all my hair looks a little more defined. So I had an itch. You can see my beard hair, like it's crazy the amount of detail you get. But the sacrifice you're getting out of this, you don't want it this high because then it looks really grainy. I don't know if it just, when you look at it, it doesn't look right. It looks too sharp. It looks grainy, and that's the best way I can put it. So what I found out, if you just turn this down to just around 90, between 190 and 200, you get a pretty good image. You know, it's not too sharp, it's not too grainy. You get that perfect, image you can get out of it. Now the next thing you want to mess with is your white balance. I immediately, once I unclick this, you're gonna see a major change. Bam, I just turned orange. With this, it's solely based on the lighting of your room, whether you have blackout curtains covering your windows, or if you have O-rings like I do right here. Actually, matter of fact, lighting's like this. I'll show you how important lighting is. All right, so right now I believe I have the orange light on. Let me show you what happens when I switch it around. Notice how the color changed? Notice how I just turned more orange. This is my orange light. My white light and my blue light. It's crazy how you can tell the difference between all of them. Lighting is absolutely everything. Depending on the color of your walls, what kind of lighting you have in the background. Like I have my nano leaves, I got LEDs on the bottom, but my O-ring, my actual light, helps me. As you can see me focusing a lot, and I'll show you how to fix that too. That's our next step. But lighting is everything, because that's how you do green screens. That's how you do a lot. And really, if you want to, you know what you want, you know what you're trying to portray. So white balance is what gives you your warm and also cool colors like blue. I am now blue, and warm, which is like reds, and I am orange now. I like it to be a little bit more cooler. So I have mine around 38, and I find this to be perfect for me. It just depends on you, what kind of lighting you have and what you're aiming for, but this is what I use. All right, so next thing you want to do is go into your camera control. Camera control is the only thing you want to mess with is focus. I mean, you can mess with the zoom. The zoom, all it does is just zoom in on your face. That's if you have like those other, like a lot of streamers have it where different scenes zooms in more and more closer to your face. But for me, I don't do that. But what we want to focus on is the focus. Now I know if you saw, like a lot of the times the camera's trying to focus on my face. If your camera is in one spot, if you don't ever plan on moving it, you can go ahead and uncheck this and it will stop trying to focus in no matter how far back you go. I can be way back here, I'm still perfectly fine, and if I come up closer, I'm still gonna be just the same image. The last thing that I usually do, I turn off low light compensation. It's just compensating if there's any low lights. If you're like in a really dark room, whatever, it's just, that's what that's for. I usually keep it on click, but after that, all you do is press apply, and then there you go. Simple as that. It's a really simple setup, and that was what my goal was for this video, was to show you how simple it can be to turn from whatever image you get from off the bat when you first install this camera to what you can actually get out of it. And a lot of people don't realize that. And I wanted this, my purpose of this video is to bring that to you. Hopefully this helps you out. It's the whole purpose of the video, is to hopefully it makes you a little bit more knowledgeable with your camera and what you have, and know that you don't have to spend $500-600 to get that perfect 1080p image. You can get something pretty close with that $50 $60 camera, web camera that we got. Yeah, you're very limited to what you can do with it, but sometimes it's better to hold off on that big purchase with just tinkering with some settings. So besides that, I hope this video helped you out. It'd be really cool if this video helped you out. I do have a Twitter. Links will be down below. Tweet at me. Let me know. Let me see the difference. Let me see what y'all did and how y'all tinkered with it and how it helped you out too. So that'd be cool to see. I would love to see feedback on that. But besides that, this has been Jam, and happy streaming.